At 62, Graham Norton finally tells the truth about Shelley Long. Hey guys, Graham Norton was born Graham William Walker on April 4, 1963, in Clondalkin, Dublin, Ireland. He's one of the coolest and most talented people in show business today. From his childhood days in Ireland to becoming a huge star on TV around the world, Graham is a comedian, actor, writer, radio host, and super fun TV personality. His whole career is full of charm, smart jokes, and this amazing way he makes everyone feel like a friend. His big success shows how talented he is and how hard he worked in the tough entertainment world. Growing up in Dublin, Graham was super smart from a young age and loved performing and telling stories. He went to University College Cork and studied English and French. That helped him get even better at making jokes and talking to all kinds of people on his shows. While at university, he tried theater and improv, which helped him build his special style: funny, kind, and super quick with words. Graham started his real career doing stand-up comedy. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, he did shows in lots of comedy clubs in the UK and Ireland. People loved his smart jokes about everyday life and his honest stories. His comedy was brave. He talked openly about tough topics like sexuality and being yourself. That came from his own life as an openly gay guy, when not many stars were out like that. Those early comedy shows set him up to become a great TV host later, because he could grab everyone's attention with brains and charm. His TV life really took off when he popped up on different UK comedy and chat shows. But his big break came in 1998 when he hosted So Graham Norton on Channel 4. That made him a real TV star. The show mixed celebrity chats, funny sketches, and fun bits with the audience right there. It showed how great Graham is at mixing laughs with real interest in people. His way of interviewing is clever, a bit naughty sometimes, but always kind and understanding. Guests opened up in ways they never did on other shows. That style became his special thing, and lots of new hosts try to copy it, but nobody does it as easily and charmingly as Graham. After So Graham Norton, he got famous everywhere as host of The Graham Norton Show. It started on BBC One in 2007 and became one of the biggest talk shows on the planet. Everyone loves how chill and fun it feels. Big movie stars, singers, and TV celebs come because they love Graham's fun personality and the show's relaxed, silly vibe. The show won lots of BAFTA awards, and people say it made talk shows way more exciting, surprising, and entertaining. His famous red chair part is super iconic. Regular people tell funny, sometimes cheeky stories, and Graham adds his quick, witty comments. Besides TV, Graham is amazing on radio too, especially on BBC Radio 2. His fun personality and special humor pull in tons of loyal listeners. His radio shows mix music, celeb chats, and comedy so he can talk to people in a closer, cozier way. It shows how good he is at all kinds of broadcasting. He also wrote some books that mix his life stories, laughs, and smart thoughts about people and life. Those books made people see him as someone who really gets how humans act. In 2020, he tried something totally new and voiced Moonwind in Pixar's fun movie Soul. Pete Docter directed and helped write it. Moonwind is this free, wise soul guide who's like a chill surfer full of joy for life. He became one of the most loved side characters. Graham's warm, funny, and supernatural voice made it awesome. Soul got huge praise for its feelings, beautiful pictures, and deep ideas about life, purpose, and what you love. Critics and fans went crazy for it. It got 95% on Rotten Tomatoes and is one of Pixar's top modern hits. That same year, he showed he can do different stuff by acting in the rom-com The Stand-In. The movie had a very different feel and didn't get good reviews at all. But being in it proved Graham likes trying new things and taking chances, even if it might not work out. It didn't hurt his image. It showed he's brave and doesn't always play it safe. After those movies, he went back to TV, where he really shines. He shows up a lot on big shows like the Fancy Queen of the Universe talent contest, the sweet celebrity Gogglebox for Stand Up to Cancer, and the super fun RuPaul's Drag Race UK versus the World. In all those, he brings his classic funny, warm, and smart style. It reminds everyone why he's so loved and why he keeps being a star on screen. Graham keeps his personal life pretty private compared to his loud, fun TV side. Over the years, he's had some important relationships that show his feelings and how he got more okay being out as a gay man in the spotlight. His longest early relationship was a 5-year on-again, off-again thing with Christian Spare. They met in 2001 at the Barracuda Lounge in New York City, a famous gay bar where lots of performers and creative LGBTQ+ people hang out. Back then, Graham was getting really famous in the UK as a quick-witted comedian and TV host. Christian was starting out in drag as Tina Burner. Meeting in New York showed how Graham's life went back and forth between the US and UK. Tina Burner was all about high-energy shows, smart jokes, and bold camp fun, stuff that matched Graham's style and love for drama. As they got serious, Christian moved to the UK to live with Graham. That showed how real their feelings were. They dealt with having 2 big performing jobs and the extra eyes on them because Graham was getting more famous. But even though they cared a lot and shared the same world, it was rocky. It was on again, off again with breaks, and getting back together. It seemed like some big differences or stresses were hard to fix. By 2006, after 5 years and lots of trying, they broke up for good. That breakup was a big emotional moment for Graham. Later in interviews, he talked about how tough it is to keep long relationships going with fame, busy work, and personal worries. After that, Graham dated Trevor Patterson for about 2 years, and it ended in 2013. This one stayed way more private than the last. It showed Graham wanted stronger lines between his work life and home life. By then, he was one of the biggest names on British TV, hosting huge shows and events. He was careful not to let the media poke into his relationships too much. When it ended, people knew, but there was no big drama. It seemed calm and mutual. Next, Graham was with Andrew Smith for 3 years, and it ended in 2015. This happened while his career kept going great, and he became a respected main TV guy, far from his early wild comedy days. That relationship stayed mostly private, too. It felt like Graham learned from before and wanted to keep his heart safe. When it ended, he was honest, but calm. He said it happened without big public details or pointing fingers. A really big change came later when he met Scottish filmmaker Jono Mould. On July 10, 2022, they got married at Bantry House in County Cork. It's a beautiful, old, classy place that felt warm and simple, not flashy celebrity style. The spot meant a lot, because Graham always feels connected to Ireland where he grew up and feels at home. At 62, Graham Norton has hit that point in life where, like he jokes, being polite finally loses to just being honest. After years and years on TV and being known as one of the smartest, kindest interviewers ever, he thinks a lot now, not just about his own path, but about the stars who taught him about fame, talent, and making it in showbiz. One person he talks about really clearly is Shelley Long. She used to seem like perfect sitcom queen, but Graham says her real story is way more complicated. I think Shelley Long is one of those people who got trapped inside a story that other people wrote for her, Norton says, and once that story takes hold, it's very hard to escape. He points out that Long's work on Cheers was so perfect and spot on that people easily mixed up her character with the real her. People saw Diane Chambers and decided Shelley must be difficult, aloof, precious. That's a lazy leap. But Hollywood loves a shortcut. Norton stresses that the story about why she left Cheers turned into almost a legend over time. The idea became she walked away from the biggest show on television because she was arrogant or ungrateful. He says, but when you actually look at it, it's a woman saying, I don't want my entire life reduced to one role. That doesn't sound outrageous to me. That sounds human. From Norton's view, Long did something lots of actors wish they could do, but are too scared. What Norton thinks is super unfair is how little people praise her for being brave. We celebrate men for taking risks, he observes. When a man leaves a hit show, he's bold or restless or artistically ambitious. When a woman does it, suddenly she's difficult. That double standard was alive and well in the 1980s. Norton says Long paid a big price because the business wanted to punish her. But he quickly adds that her career after Cheers wasn't a flop at all. She made interesting films, odd choices, sometimes messy choices, he says. But that's what a real career looks like if you're not just playing it safe. He thinks people miss the small wins when they only look at money or trophies. There's something admirable about someone who refuses to live their life according to other people's expectations. Norton says Long's story hits him harder now than when he was younger. When you're young, you're desperate to be liked. He admits you'll twist yourself into shapes that don't quite fit just to keep the applause going. With age, he says, comes the realization that applause is fickle. What Shelley Long did, whether consciously or not, was choose her own sanity over endless approval. That's a lesson I wish more people talked about. In the end, Norton thinks time has been nicer to Long than the old news stories. Time has a way of sanding down the cruelty, he says. People go back and watch Cheers now and realize just how brilliant she was. They see the intelligence, the timing, the vulnerability. For Norton, the truth about Shelley Long is simple and overdue. She wasn't a villain. She wasn't a cautionary tale. She was an artist making a choice. And honestly, he adds with a wry smile, that's usually what scares people the most.